And this morning, Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is in Texas to kick off his Make America Healthy Again tour today to try to end chronic disease in this country. But the Texas stop was a last-second addition after an 8-year-old girl from Lubbock died from measles on Thursday, the second child and third person in total to die during this worsening outbreak. NewsNation's Xavier Walton is live for us in Dallas. What is RFK saying today about the MMR vaccine?
Hey, Anna, good morning. Yeah, some of his strongest words yet when it comes to the MMR vaccine. But hey, speaking about that last-minute change-up with his Make America Healthy Again plan with that tour, he says it was a priority to come to Texas after hearing that tragic news with that 8-year-old girl. She, of course, now the second child and third individual to die during this measles outbreak, which is nationwide. Here's what RFK Jr. posted on social media. Here's what he posted on X, writing that he was in Texas Sunday to quietly console the families who have lost their children to this deadly disease and to be with the community in their moment of grief as they laid this child to rest. The health secretary also adding that he's here to support Texas health officials and to learn, how HHS agencies help get the measles outbreak under control. This outbreak in that state, Texas, one of 6 around the country that have been confirmed by the CDC. In Texas, the Lone Star State, they're pushing 500 cases. You see it here on the graphic. RFK Jr. says more than 600 nationwide, though the CDC says at least 567 cases of that outbreak are associated. That's more than double the amount of total confirmed cases of all of last year in the United States. Kennedy now facing, strong criticism because of his vaccine skepticism of the measles vaccine to date, writing the most effective way to prevent the spread of measles is the MMR vaccine. We talked about that a second ago. President Trump also weighing in on Sunday.
It's so far a fairly small number of people relative to what we're talking about. It's something that people have known about for many, many years. I mean, measles has been, this is not something new. And we'll see what happens. But certainly, if it progresses, we'll have to take action, very strong action.
Speaking of taking action, unfortunately, that warning came a little too late for the family. That 8-year-old who passed away. This was last Thursday. Now, Lubbock's University Medical Center revealing that she was not vaccinated against measles and had no other known health conditions. And Anna, we expect, RFK Jr. to take more questions on all of this coming week. Part of that Make America Healthy Again tour, he's going to be in Salt Lake City, Utah. Then he's going to be in Phoenix, Arizona, followed by New Mexico all this week, Anna.
Yeah, our hearts go out to that little girl's family, too. And Xavier, you mentioned there are 6 outbreaks across the country. How serious is this, and what's the message from doctors and health officials?
Well, serious enough for doctors and health officials to really sound the alarm. And the key thing here is really getting that MMR vaccine. And if you're vaccinated, you shouldn't be too concerned. However, it's still, Anna, you're a parent too, telling parents not to be worried when you hear some of these cases and these stories that we're talking about, especially when you hear about an 8-year-old girl, even though she was unvaccinated. Nonetheless, there's always going to be a level of concern when you're talking about that, Anna.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.